I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you do in your newsroom. I don't care about your plans and your schemes to bring this nation down with your Democratic friends. Why? Because Jesus Christ is still on the throne.
Hey, I have to agree with that.
Doing good. Very first thing we're going to do is always, we're going to give thanks to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Are there reporters in this room somewhere? I can't see through the light. It's the mainstream media here.
Okay, man. I'll just preface this by saying I don't know who this guy is. I have no opinions about him because I don't know him. So this is the purest reaction you can get, man. I'm gonna be honest. I have no subjectivity with this. So let's have fun, get into this, and I hope this is a good video. Let's go.
If you're here, I want you to hear this. Hear me. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you do in your newsroom. I don't care about your plans and your schemes to bring this nation down with your Democratic friends. Why? Because Jesus Christ is still on the throne.
Hey, I have to agree with that.
You may have your news cameras and your satellites and your 24-hour news, but Jesus Christ holds the world in his hands. And he holds me in it as well.
I agree with that, man. You know how I feel about Jesus Christ. Yesterday, I was wearing a shirt that said, I love Jesus Christ. I'm serious.
And what he has for me, you cannot keep from coming true. It may not be the governor's mansion. It may not be any political seat, but you will not stop Jesus Christ's will in my life. So I do not fear you. Write your stories, tell your lies, tell your half-truths. But Christ is still on the throne. And because he lives in my heart and I live for him, I know whatever I need to do on this earth for him, it will get done. So we give him thanks first and foremost. Guys, all these other guys that come out here and talk to you about the issues, we know the issues. The wide open border, crime on the street, fentanyl killing our children, pornography in our schools. We know about the issues, the failing economy.
I mean, he's spitting facts, bro. He's spitting facts. Nothing he's saying is wrong. These are real issues that, for some reason, the mass media tries to ignore. These are real issues. Drugs, too many drugs in schools and youth. He talked about pornography in the schools. That's terrible. He talked about the open border, which is letting too many people in right now. Subjectively, that's subjective. That's an opinion. But yeah, these are issues, and nothing he's saying is insane. It's true.
The precarious place the United States finds itself in on the world stage with its enemies. The horrible, absolutely dreadful administration that is currently leading our nation right now. It is mind-numbing to think that the most energetic, the greatest nation on earth, people seek to come to for that vaunted thing that we have, the freedom and energy and intelligence that we have in this country. And all 350 million people are being led by somebody who just barely knows that they're here on earth.
Oh, brother.
We know what the issues are. But I didn't really come here to go into details about the issues. What I really came here to do, I came here to get something started. See, because we got a problem in this country. We got a bunch of clapper-trap people that sit behind news media desks and want to talk about fake trials for President Trump. Turn the television on, they talk about first one actor and then another actor. Talking about all manners of foolishness. Talking about MAGA Republicans being the most dangerous people on earth. I don't know. I didn't see any MAGA Republicans on 9/11 blowing up buildings and airplanes.
Oh my goodness, this guy is going in. This guy is going crazy right now, man. I will say this about because I don't know a lot about how the media portrays Republicans or how the media portrays Trump supporters. This is not my area of expertise. I'm an engineer. I will say this. In the past, I want to say 8 years, you would think that people who support Donald Trump or people who are Republican were evil people, because that's how people wanted you to. That's how the world portrayed them. They portrayed them as racist bigots who don't know what's going on. That's how people portrayed Trump supporters. The reason why I think that's problematic is not because of a support for Trump or not because of a support for Biden. The reason why I think it's problematic is because when you hear people talk about Trump supporters and talk about their disdain for them, and you ask them, why do you feel this way? What did they say? What did they do to make you feel this way? Most people don't even know why they don't support Trump. They don't like Trump supporters. They really don't know why. The only thing they know is what they hear in the news and how that is brainwashing them, basically. They know what they hear in the news, then they take that and form opinions about it when it's not even true. But let's continue.
I don't think any MAGA Republicans were over in Israel murdering people. And I don't think a MAGA Republican gave them the money to be able to do it. You see, we got folks in this country that don't want to talk about the substantive issues that all of us face. The things that we just talked about, that wide open border, the precarious place we find ourselves with safety and security in on the world stage. They don't want to talk about your pocketbook. They don't want to talk about the fact that your children are in schools where we spend millions upon millions upon millions of dollars for those schools, and the children can't read on the grade level. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the fact that every single solitary policy that they propose and then pass yields horrible results. They don't want to talk about it. Why? Because it proves an essential truth. It proves an essential truth. What is that truth? The simple truth of the matter is this. They call us the right. We sit on the right. And we not only get called the right and call ourselves the right and sit on the right, we are right.
That was clever. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty clever.
We are right about every single solitary issue. When we say, shut that border down and deport those who are dangerous to our country, we are right. When we say, children should not be sexualized, we are right. And this nation knows it. When we say that it's your money, you earned it, you worked for it, the government should not be picking your pocket, we are right. See, we are right. Too many of us are ashamed to be right, though. Some of us, we go to work and folks start talking about politics and start standing up saying, I think Joe Biden's doing a wonderful job. And he's a nice man, because that President Trump is just mean. I just don't like the things that he says. He's just mean and arrogant, and he's a bully. If I hear that one more time, I am going to go crazy. This man is fighting. Let's list the people who he's fighting. He's fighting almost the entire news media. He's fighting all the Democrats. He's fighting all the communists. He's fighting all the socialists. He's fighting all of our enemies across the ocean. And sadly, he's fighting half the Republicans. How is this man a bully? How is he a bully? You see, we hear that at work sometimes, some of us, and we're a little shy about stepping up, standing up, saying anything. People look at us and say, why are you a Republican? We say, well, you know, my mom voted Republican. I like Ronald Reagan. I think he did a great job, and I like Reagan. And so that's why I'm a Republican. We shy away from the truth. We don't want to look at that person and say, you know, well, wasn't it the Republican Party that was formed to stand up for the Republic? Not the democracy like you see splayed on the news every day. You see, them folks want a democracy. They want the mob to rule. They don't want this republic. And they don't want Republicans standing up for the republic. You're going to tell them that, yeah, wasn't it? Well, they say, well, the Republican Party is the party of old white men.
I never understood that. Why do people try to say only white people can be Republicans? That also doesn't make sense. Not only is he black, there are Asian Republicans, there are Latino Republicans, there are Native American Republicans, there are mixed race Republicans. There are not only old white men Republicans, there are women who are Republicans. If that wasn't the case, then there would never be another Republican president, because there aren't enough white men in the country. Even if every white man in the country voted Republican, if no one else was Republican, there would never be another Republican person in office. It doesn't even make logical sense.
It ain't coming off. And while we're on that subject, wasn't it the Republican Party that fought a war to free the slaves? How many Jim Crow laws were passed by Republicans? Wasn't it the Republicans who ended Jim Crow? Then you can take it even further and say, so you're a Democrat. Why are you a Democrat? You know the Democrats were the ones that were in favor of slavery. They were the ones in favor of the Confederacy. They were the ones that created Jim Crow. They are the ones that made the laws, and they are the ones that fought like hell to keep them until they found out a different way to enslave people.
Oh my goodness.
Instead of giving them welfare, instead of giving them slave shacks and shackles, they decided they were going to give them welfare checks and the ghetto.
This guy funny. He's funny. I would love to see someone debate him though, because what he's saying, it doesn't sound wrong to me. It doesn't sound false. It sounds true. It sounds true. I'm not going to lie. Because think about the history of welfare and how it started and how it's affecting the African American community. When welfare started really getting pushed in our community, that's when our marriage rate started going down. That's when our education started going down. Well, our education is going up technically, but our finances and our economic freedom is going down. Anyways, that's when our families started to break up and us as a community started to decline. But nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. And let's be honest, majority of African Americans, our biggest cities are Democratic ran. Not saying that there's something wrong with the Democratic Party. I didn't say that. But these are facts, irrefutable facts that I'm saying, and they have to be addressed. If majority of our people are in Democratic cities, and we have a lot of people on welfare in said cities, why wouldn't it be the Democratic fault? Why wouldn't it be their fault? Are the Republicans breaking into these cities and somehow behind the scenes breaking them down, even though it's a Democratic ran place? No, it has, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
You see, there are truths that nobody wants to talk about. Not the news media, not the college professors. I'm getting excited up here, guys. Not the college professors. Nobody want the front row. Y'all better watch out, bro. Woo! Spitting fire up here today. Y'all better watch out. Nobody wants to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. And you should too. You should run and go tell the good news of why you're a Republican.
Man, this guy he is really passionate about this, man. He's going hard. But yeah, if you have any more suggestions for me, comment down below. It's LFR Jojo, and I'll see you guys.